Charge on your phone for the sound.
It's good on this. Yeah, it's good.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's still on.
I should like power it off whenever I'm not using it.
You can use it too.
I have been.
Okay, the code is whatever.
Yeah.
Ow.
I watched you and just used it. Hope you don't mind. I'm just going to those two apps, or I guess the three apps: the Ambiance, the Atmosphere,
Yeah.
and then the other one.
What is it? Infinite Pad.
That's it.
Something simple.
What's that? What is that? Huh? What is that? Oh, I know. I know. You need a bath. You're stinky. You need a bath. Hmm? Oh, I didn't even know we were live. Hello. Are we on Twitch?
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. The dog whistle. That bar, does it take into account the background music that you have, or no?
Mm-hmm.
It does?
Yeah,
so it
everything
includes
adds
it.
to it, yeah.
Okay.
You have to first. You have to tune the headphone because sometimes it's loud on here, but the headphone
Is
is
low.
low.
So
you have
which one's the headphone one?
This one. The right side.
The red one?
Yeah.
The
no,
red.
the one on top, the red.
Oh, I thought that one was the volume for all of them.
No.
Oh,
it's
so
not-
that's
it's
the
nothing.
headphones. Okay.
It's literally that.
I get it now.
No, that's why it's not
Now
doing
it makes
anything.
sense.
Like, ooh, headphones are loud. I know there's so much. This is just the beginning of like what's possible.
Right. That's like learning how to control the volume. Basics.
Yeah, I mean the less is more, but when you have a lot more, you have a lot more. You can't change too much. When you have less, you can change a lot. But when you have a ton of mics, you're like, is that mic buzzing?
Yeah.
Is it too close? Is it too far? When you play crystal balls, all these mics are gonna absorb all the sound. You have to turn it all off, whatever.
Well, it did help turning off the other two mics last night.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yes.
So that makes sense. Now I know. So the
Yeah.
bottom white ones are the individual volume for
Yeah,
each mic.
exactly.
And then
So
the
this
white
is-
on the far right
yeah,
is the
that's the
headphones.
Yours is number 1 and 4. This
Yeah.
is number 4.
I found that out last night. So I
Yeah,
turned
and so
the
you turn
2
the
and 3 off. Yeah.
And that is gonna control.
What was that?
I don't know. Something fell, probably.
Anthony?
Yeah.
Oh, the water. Okay, thank you. You sound really close right now.
Nice.
It's picking up the volume a lot.
Yeah. Welcoming everybody. Bienvenidos. Let me go ahead and make this bigger. Oops.
That's big.
But I wanted it on the other screen.
Is that from Insight Timer?
No, it's not. Here it goes. Full screen. Oh no, window. Window. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hi, Jill. Hi, Kristen.
We had the legend Emily Richardson in the studio at her
At my house.
house.
And what is this? The Mystic Village.
Mystic Village Dojo.
Dojo. There you go.
The Sound Dojo.
The Sound Dojo.
Healing Sounds of the Mystic Village. That's what the Mystic Village name will change to that because many people don't know what the Mystic Village is about.
Oh, that's
So adding healing sounds of Mystic Village will make it more like, oh.
It's like, oh, that's what they're about.
Yeah, oh, they're not, it's not that kind of cult. Samantha, I'm so excited we get back-to-back sound bath with Tanette yesterday. I fell asleep so fast and had another wonderful meditation. Exciting you're with another friend today, yes.
Hello. My name's Emily. Good to meet you.
Emily Richardson. And shout out to Jen, Samantha, welcoming everybody. Of course, the dojo has Shakyamuni, Gautama, the Buddha, the original. And surrounding we have Dietang, which is a Siddhigarbha bodhisattva that helps you reduce your sexual energy and helps you deal with negativity, hell in your life. Helps you get out of hell, which is obstacles in life and mentality. And on the left we have the infamous Guanyin Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva of compassion, who will always help you no matter what. Even if you are the worst person in the world, there's a way out of negativity. Welcoming Sotos, Mizm, Kristen. And of course we have Teddy ready for a sound bath. Already getting down to the ground.
He was ready tonight. Last night he was energetic, like wanting to play before.
Yeah.
And this time he's like, okay, I'm going to lay down this time.
Which is kind of hard to see, but he's there.
And there he is. In the orange shirt.
Welcome again. Tell me about negativity. My boss is treating me in a really bad way. Negativity is a part of our existence that teaches us. It's here to teach us something. We attract negativity because we either need to learn to grow some sacks, stronger sacks, or we need to learn how to have boundaries. Before you can have boundaries, you have to learn to be strong. Because if you're not strong enough, you're going to put on a like, stop it. No one can take you seriously. Right? He says, I am kind to her and she makes me feel bad and sad. Well, what is the universe trying to teach you with that person? When somebody's negative towards you in life, are they there permanently? There's some people who treat you negatively and they're just passing by. You're not going to see them. Some Uber riders I have had, are very negative, but I stay calm because I realize when they get out of my car, I will never see them again.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, maybe, but it hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, especially the bad ones.
But whenever it's your boss, it's like a little bit more difficult because like you sometimes have to see them every day at the job or, you know, answer to them on the phone. But I think there's a way to have like a professional boundary. I think it just takes some practice though to actually be professional while setting your boundaries with your boss.
It is. The boss is another human being who's playing the role of a manager. And they're doing the best that they can. And many managers suck because why? They don't know how to manage their own emotion, mentality, and they're not a leader.
Yeah.
You can manage people. They can label you a leader.
But you're a boss at the end of the
you're
day.
a boss, exactly. And sometimes you have that because you have a low standard for life that you allow yourself to be around bosses like that. But now here's the thing. When you learn to strengthen your energy, who you are, these people who treat you bad will begin to treat you better because they start to see, oh, he or she cannot be messed around. Oh, they're not just, you know, you're not going to let people treat you bad. And so many people don't know how to have boundaries, especially feminine men and women. And so we become a victim of our boss, like you're doing right now.
Yeah.
Soto says, I don't understand that these people exist. I'm very sensitive as a person. I've shown her best samples. That's your issue. When you're too sensitive, these people will hurt you even when they're not trying to because you're too damn sensitive.
I used to take my work and my bosses like very, very seriously, but I feel like there comes a point in time where you can kind of separate your professional life from your personal, you know, because professional is professional, but at the same time, you know, you're there every day speaking to this person every day, so you don't want to be treated like crap as well.
I used to be very sensitive myself. So, because I grew up very feminine boy, really feminine man. And I was just like you, very sensitive because I've been hurt. I've been picked on. I've been emotionally abused and, you know. And it leads me to, instead of strengthening myself as a sensitive person, which is a really yin energy. So it makes you, right? Soto says, same, I was bullied a lot. So when you're bullied a lot, guess what? You don't learn how to deal with people who are a bit more masculine and firm. So what needs to happen is you need to grow, you need to strengthen your guts. Because life is not easy. Because life, when you're dealing with this boss, it's going to come to an end. But the next thing will come.
And they're going to keep on coming until
you learn
yeah.
to balance your energy and stand up for yourself so that you don't get your butt kicked by your own self.
Yeah, because everybody's there to like teach us something, you know, even if it's kind of hard to go through it with your boss, they're there to teach us something. Because I even had a boss who would drink all the time and call me inebriated and kind of put me down, you know, and it didn't feel good. She would put me down and make me feel like I didn't know what I was doing or I wasn't doing things the correct way. And of course, there's a better way to express that to somebody and to counsel somebody, I think. But that helped me grow a lot, you know, and I didn't learn it with her, but later on down the road, I learned how to do things a certain way, but also have those sometimes tough conversations with somebody that is considered to be your leader, just to let them know, like, hey, I think we could maybe work this out a little bit and, you know, get to a final resolution, but I think there might be a better way that we can come to that resolution as well, you know.
It's maturity. You have but your energy is more masculine.
I am more masculine.
Which is more easier for you. For me, I was terrible with boundaries, especially with my parents. it was really hard for me to say no to people. So people naturally abuse me without me. But I let people abuse me because I didn't know how to say no. And it took me years to learn how to have strong boundaries. That's why I'm like this today. That's why I can crack jokes and get serious instantly, and everybody knows I'm serious. But everyone knows that even though I'm really serious, I can crack jokes. So everyone knows there's like it's you learn to use energy. You learn to use your emotions. Instead of letting your sensitivity use you, you use your sensitivity, but it's not all you got. You can also learn to not feel.
Yeah.
You learn to get things done. So you have a tool, really sensitive and desensitized.
Yeah.
There's sometimes you need to learn to not be so damn sensitive, but it's difficult for some people because you've done identify I'm an empath, so I'm just really sensitive, and that's why it's hard to heal people if you're constantly just picking up all the energy, positive or negative. You just pick everything up. You don't know how to not pick things up. That's what I see with many empath and spiritual people. And then we group ourselves with other empaths who are really sensitive people who don't know how to have energetic boundaries. And then you cry together, but you don't learn to be strong together. And then you call crying, there's some strength in it, but also learning how to not let the emotion get to you.
Having a good balance, I think. But I mean, from our emotions, that's how we know how we feel. And I feel like our emotions are there for a reason, but not allowing our emotions to control and dictate our life and the way that we feel as well. Because whenever we let our emotions control our life, like, we're going to be sad all the time, or we're going to be depressed or angry.
Our life is up and down because emotion.
Constantly.
Yeah, you have emotions, but it's not you. Emotions is like a way, like it's a guidance system.
Yeah.
Okay, right now like maybe you're feeling uncomfortable. Is it worth being uncomfortable? Are you growing? Because when you grow, it's not comfortable most of the time.
Yeah.
When you're going to the gym and you're working out, like really hard, you're going to get gains, but guess what? It hurts. And for those people picking up pink weights, it's not going to be as painful and the growth won't be as rapid, but if you want to grow slow, be comfortable.
Yeah.
If you actually want to grow and see results, there's a little discomfort or a lot of discomfort. And even us learning to speak on a mic and you feeling like comfortable speak, that took a long time.
Yeah.
Sound healing and all this is all not easy. Like learning for me, like, again, nothing is easy, but you have to be willing to ask yourself, why is the universe, or what is this situation trying to teach me? What is my masculine boss trying to teach me? And it's not about blaming your boss and blaming your mother. It's about what can you do? What do you need to do to improve your life, right? Let's see, Soto says, I've had depression and I still do take medication, and me being in this situation makes it worse. And this is why we medicate through meditation. Because guess what? Sometimes your medication is weak and something happened. You can't always rely on the medicine that's outside, but the medicine that's within you. Remembering to breathe. Realizing you have emotions is not you. When you're pissed off, that's your mind being pissed off. That's not you. But if you're an immature practitioner, you're going to blame your boss until the day you die.
I believe it's important to have a plan. Like, whenever this happens again, whenever your boss speaks to you a certain way, what are you going to do? Like, having a plan before you go in. And I feel like that should always be focus on your breath and like recenter your energy to be with yourself. And for me, like, I considered myself to be a really big empath whenever I started meditation and the spiritual journey and everything. And that was during 2020, and I would have a lot of angry residents coming into the office, like yelling at me, like literally just yelling at me. And I would walk out crying sometimes in the office, and I couldn't breathe, having panic attacks, started taking medication. That didn't work. So that's whenever I really started meditation. And I feel like whenever that's occurring, you have to have a plan before. Are you going to focus on your breath, breathing in, breathing out? and knowing that what this person is doing is something that they're doing not because of you, but that's who they are. But having those boundaries at time. But sometimes you just have to step outside after it happens, like step outside, get some fresh air, feel the breeze. But I'm very visual, so I would visualize just this barrier in between me and these people and kind of push that energy back so that I didn't pick that energy up. And that's something that worked miracles for me so that I wouldn't like pick up that sadness or that energy.
What we're talking about right now relates to so many people here right now. We're in front of you on a camera talking about masculine energy, knowing that there's going to be a lot of spiritual people who are overly feminine. Because you know what? When you look at the statue of the Buddha, it's very feminine. When you look at Jesus, when you look at most spiritual idols and things that we look up to, the Virgin Mary, Krishna, very feminine. And so many spiritual people will just send everything, be in the present moment.
Because you want to embody that, what you're practicing.
And you blink, you're in control of your blink, and you... this is going to be very uncomfortable for many practitioners because it's really the modern day issue with spiritual practitioner. We're doing what we think is spiritual, but we're not balanced. If you have a feminine energy, it's the yin energy. That means there's also a yang energy. But it's difficult to learn to be balanced because we're so used to being, like you're so used to being masculine. So you have issues with singing feminine. Right? So I'm comfortable with my feminine energy. So the master trained me how to be masculine, which is why he like pushed every button I have. And I realized, wow, I'm very reactive. I let my emotions own me. I don't own my emotions. But that's why he kept pounding my ego and my emotions, and like, you have emotions, but he doesn't say that. He just stomps on you energetically every day until you
get it.
And if you don't have what it takes, he won't stomp on you because he knows you're just gonna run. He'll give a try. But whenever he stomped on me energetically, and also I mean physically, everything, kicks, punch, and it's to train you to have a strong masculine energy, because the world, the devil, and the negative energy of the world ain't playing around. There's going to be people who come to sometimes harass you, destabilize your mind, come and manipulate you, take advantage of you. And if you don't have the guts, if you don't have the strength,
you're going to live with that your whole life. Is that a life that you want to live? Being manipulated, having people stomp on you. It's not a happy life to me.
And that's why I'm glad we're having this conversation, because if you're highly sensitive, you are walking a light worker's path. But if you have a strong light but you don't know how to protect that light, you're gonna be dim for a long time. Everyone you heal, your light's just gonna get dim. When somebody talks bad, you get dim. When you see somebody, they're littering out the window, you're overly sensitive. They're eating meat. Oh my God, the animals, right? So we get too sensitive and nobody takes us seriously. They just see us as like crazy spiritual, crazy vegan. But when you're actually balanced, they're like, why?
You make them wonder.
Why doesn't he eat meat and he still have a lot of energy and still has charisma, right? You become a better marketing for God. It's like, wait, what? And
you can connect to more people, I feel, because people are going to be interested in what you're doing and why it's working for you.
And it's not easy to hear because the mainstream narrative of spirituality, sometimes it tells you maybe spiritual people are more Democrats and liberals. So it makes you have to pick sides. Like if you're spiritual, you need to be liberal, which is like, being spiritual has nothing to do with politics. Being spiritual, Jesus and Buddha is not political.
No.
They say that picking sides is political and nothing to do with spiritual. But what do people listen to their teachings? They only listen, they call cherry pick.
They hear what they want to hear and then just leave the rest. Practice what you want to practice and then leave the rest.
That's why what we talk about isn't for everybody, because some people just only want to hear what they want to hear. Sometimes it's like when we disagree with people, we might not listen. And if we have the blessing, we might get lucky that we open our mind this lifetime. Or maybe we should just listen to both sides. This is what I do now.
Yeah.
When I see people fighting, the master taught me very well, because he told me, when there's fighting happen, it takes two people to fight. If you're only listening to one side, you don't know what's going on the other side. This is the issue with nowadays. We don't even care what the other side says. We don't even want to pursue, and that's why we have a world of immaturity and the lack of wisdom. And that's why the wise men are just a few people. The wise women, the shaman women and the shaman, they're very few people, because they're willing to put their egos away and see what's causing the fighting. How can we resolve? But instead, sometimes we have immature politics, because why? Human beings lack wisdom. And here comes pistol loving loony who, let me go on my phone.
Here.
Oh yeah. This is not, Yeah. Yeah, give him the hammer. Just give him the hammer.
It's not coming up.
There should be a mod icon. Because when immature people come by, you have to realize, oh, here comes immaturity. We don't have to waste energy on immature people. After we realize, oh, it's immature people, we just got to let them go. And, some people, when the bus stops, when the bus stops, they get off.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, so
Taken care of.
Let's begin our journey. So thank you everybody for being here. Today we're having real talk. And this is a talk that many spiritual people don't have, because speaking like this, it empowers people to learn to be yin and yang, not to just be one-sided. Not to just be overly feminine or masculine. And it's really difficult.
It's true.
It is really difficult. It's rare to meet people who are balanced. But when you do, just take a deep breath and thank God.
Yeah.
If you believe in that. So. I think it's appropriate to start with 30 ohms. Breathing in. I give myself permission to relax. I allow my mind to settle and the dust to settle so that clarity can unfold. Breathing in. I give
give myself permission to be free. I allow peace to unfold. I allow inspiration to rise. I allow the light within to shine. Breathing in. Welcome to the sound, the healing sounds of the Mystic Village with Emily Richardson and Thanettaout and Sean Crary in spirit. As at the end. Om.
This is the kingdom of
of planet Earth. This is our kingdom, our mother. Na 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 na. I guess you say what can make me feel this way? Am I myself?
think that's good. Enough for... How's everybody feel out there? Thank you for being here, Mike, Blair. What did you experience today? What are you experiencing? Welcoming roll 6. The dog, interesting energy today. Now, up and down and up and down.
Yeah, he's talking about you. He's talking about you.
Thank you, Lisa. Of course, always remember, Emily Richardson is also streaming on Insight Timer. Please check her out. Part of the Mystic Villagers. And we play every Sunday for a year more, over a year now. And it's when live performances constantly are not easy, because you know when you sound boring. Many practitioners don't play that much, really, and it's about when you're doing it. This isn't a new experience every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so important to the group and what I stand for, because that's what I've been taught by the master. Don't do routine.
Right.
Don't do routine work. It means don't do the same thing. If people know what you're going to play,
it's not fresh, it's not
Yeah.
new, it's just
and
they're
even
expecting the same thing. Plus, I feel like if we do the same thing all the time, you can't really cultivate as a
and that's why
practitioner.
people not going to church sometimes. Even if you sing the same songs, like make the flow different.
Yeah.
Make the the ritual different, make the intro different, make it different for you and God and
You
your...
have to keep it interesting.
I'm so glad that I cannot do the same thing, because I need inspiration all the time. If I'm not inspired, it's like, why am I even doing it? It's the same thing. I just go get a wage job, go work for the corporate company. I would have been that route. But because this path is available, it's like, well, are we all in or not? And that's difficult to find people who will be all in, because as you know, if you start doing the same thing over and over, you didn't do your best.
Oh, for sure.
'Cause
you
you-
know
no
as
one-
it's happening.
Yeah, because people
But
not...
sometimes you just keep on doing the same thing.
people, because when you do a good job, God gives you feedback through people. And if people aren't saying nothing, it means that you didn't make such an emotional impact for them to say something. And that's what... So once people know you a lot, it's really hard to keep,
Yeah.
to impress them or to raise their vibration. And that's why many people just play for different audience. But if you're constantly
Playing for the same people every week.
it's different. It's
It is
different,
different.
because it's just like going on. Are you gonna go on tour, or are you gonna serve your community? And that's the difference. Going on tour, it drains you, but serving humanity, it fills you.
Right.
And this is what I've been learning from a lot of artists who kind of sold themselves to the corporate industry or to the music
the money.
industry for the money, and then they end up getting all the tattoos and doing wild stuff, because it breaks, it disconnects them. But what they do get is a massive amount of money. And for some of us, some people are willing to do that for little money, right? But that's where we're at. And so every time I play the flutes, I'm always thinking, what do I need to do today, right? And I understand the flow change, which it matters when there's one less people, because if if it's Bob Marley and the Wailers, and if there's just
Bob Marley with missing two Wailers is not Bob Marley and the Wailers.
Yeah.
Right? And
You kind of have to change and adapt to it.
yeah. And that's what I mean. I find it interesting because when we are doing the work for God, God shows you where you're not, what you're not doing. Like why you broke the, harp. Why dog weird, why your brother is still here, why things are the way they are. It's like when you start to pay attention to the energy of everything, you're in awe because it's like, dang, God's all telling you too much already. We just don't pay attention.
Exactly.
The universe is trying to teach you at all times. We just because we want to see the world in our limited view, and we're not becoming available to deeper insight.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got
Whoa.
wait, the control button is okay. Oops, calculator. Okay, we got some comment here.
There.
Okay, Amanda says, "Hey everyone, I have to share. I just noticed my purple caladium that I saved this fall has just shot up a leaf. I thought for sure it was gone because I knew." Wait, no. I want to make sure I get the other chat box on here. I thought for sure it was gone because I knew there was a chance I brought it indoors too late. Sorry, I'm so excited I didn't give up on it and gave it a space and proper condition to grow in a voila.
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 Voila. Voila.
Imagine that excitement is what you have for yourself. Of course, it's good that a mother has that excitement for their child, and we have that excitement when we first get crystal bowls. It's called the beginner's mind. Oh my God, it sprouted. Oh, it's a beautiful baby. But after that baby grows and become a menace, ew, what happened to that baby? But if we continue to approach, I think our purpose, when we find our purpose, we get to have that experience on a daily. Like every Sunday when we go out, we don't know what, but there's something to learn, and it's exciting because you get to serve, you get to learn, and you get to be selfless, right? When you're out there, the beginner's mind is alive because
You never know what to expect.
you don't know who you're gonna help.
Yeah.
You don't know what kind of testimonial is gonna come back. We don't know what, when we save a plant, will it sprout? When we save a squirrel, is the cat still gonna eat it the next day? In my case, it did. I save a squirrel, it climb up the tree, but when you have a lot of cats around your house, squirrels will be very few. Lisa says, thoughts are from the mind, but your breath, hands are where I feel your energy. Thank you both so much. Thank you. Life of a gardener. I'm starting to see things like this crystal clear like that lately as well. I don't know if Mr. Weird is here. He asked about authenticity earlier. What it means, so I understand the Mystic Village is embracing authenticity. I haven't been around as much as I have in the past. What does that mean? That's a great question. Authenticity. It's not an easy thing to answer because authenticity requires trust. It requires integrity. It requires consistency. Because if you're going to be authentic, it's got to be all the time.
And vulnerability, too.
Be vulnerable. Be open. And you have to be humble. Humility. You got to be willing to listen. So it's such a deep philosophy, this thing called authenticity, that many people, it's hard to achieve because
We're not connected to ourselves most of the time.
Because sometimes we're nice to people and it extends their suffering. When you know you should say something because you love them. Some people love people too much that they lie to them by just staying quiet. It's like, hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Right? And like, and deep down you're not good.
Yeah, exactly.
The person asking them know they ain't good, but they also don't just say, hey, you look like poop. What's going on? I'm not here to offend you, but your energy's been low. Have you been sleeping? You know, like just straight up. That's authenticity. Being willing to be honest when most people will say, nah, don't waste time with this stuff.
Yeah.
And so it's a combination of wisdom also. So it's not just, this is why I love authentic people, because they're the real unicorn in the world. There's many. And I'm grateful to have been chasing authentic people and authentic community and authenticity for myself, because I recognize many people just wanted money for spiritual events.
Yeah.
Many people, they just want you to follow them, but they're not willing to teach you the details. And I'm with the master because the master is willing to show you the micro, the macro, the details, the metaphysical, the humanness, what it takes to be a world harmonizer. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
Rashnak says, I have a question. I appreciate your advice. My body is somehow dehydrated. The healing sounds act through the water inside of our body. Yes. But you still need to drink water. and Graham says, you don't necessarily want to burden people with your authentic feelings at any given moment. Oh, absolutely not. But the thing is, it depends on what you mean by quote authentic, because being authentic it's all the time. It's just you have to pick. There's some people who don't care about your authenticity, but it's like knowing that somebody won't smile back, you still smile because you love smiling. Right? It's like, do you stop smiling because every time you smile at people they don't? But when somebody does smile back, it reminds you why you smile. Right? And so that's me. I like smiling at people because it's who I am.
It makes you happy, even if they don't smile back.
Exactly. I don't say, nah, I'm not gonna smile because I don't want to seem creepy or weird. But because I love to smile. I love to be silly, and I also love to be in the present moment. And that's just who you are. So when you know who you are, because some people are more fire energy, like you.
Yeah.
So whenever you get more sharp, I'm like, oh, that's just how she is. When she gets moody, that's her. Like dog. Sometimes the dog is real weird. Likes to stare at me for whatever reason all the time. And I stare at the dog back and I play the same game because that's our authenticity. But the thing that's not authentic is talking about surface level things because you have a inauthentic relationship with somebody and all you can talk about is sports, football,
restaurants, new bars going up.
What you saw on Yelp and right. Nature heals. Ooh, yeah. Eat a cucumber and sprinkle a little sea salt in your water. Rushed nug. Amanda says, I was so mad just a few minutes before all of this, but I decided to brew some tea and turn on my earbuds to this live. Next, I saw the new growth leaf and happiness. The anger has dissipated. Thank you, Lord. Antoinette and Emily and Doggy. You counted your blessings. There are times in my life, there's going to be times in our life where there's a lot to complain about. But those days you got to remember you woke up.
Yeah. Be grateful.
right? Like there's a time in online where everybody was talking about the Middle East and the war, but people were not counting their damn blessings. Everyone just wanted to get political, but we forget spiritual and love and joy. Because why? Leaders needed to take action in peace and joy, and it starts with you and me right now. Rashnaak says, yes, that was my concern. I felt some burning sensations inside my veins while listening. You also have to be clear. Are you healthy? Are you exercising? And THC. This is why we do things sober here, because we can be more consistent. When we get high, the low is coming. Are you going to take the next puff, or are you going to stay in a center? Right? How have you been keeping your energy centered at home?
Burning a lot of incense.
Your sensory, like
sensory. It's the act of doing a ritual for a purpose and just clearing the energy. Which, speaking of, I probably need to sage my house. But no, I've been meditating, and I feel like what you do on a daily basis. Again, like I always say, it affects what you do on a moment-to-moment basis. So I make sure my energy's as good as it can be in the moment, and working out has a lot to do with that, taking care of myself physically, making sure I'm getting enough sleep. I haven't been meditating as much, but whenever I need to, I do, and just stay present in the moment-to-moment basis. I haven't been able to go outside as much as I usually would because it gets darker so earlier, but enjoying like my walks that I take him on, like the little things that we do, and going intentionally slower throughout the day, not rushing.
Yes.
Not going too quickly, like actually being mindful of what I'm doing while I'm cleaning the house or blow drying my hair, or whatever it is, just being extremely mindful of what I'm doing so that I'm more present whenever not so present people might come to me.
And being consistent with that.
Being consistent, yeah.
It takes a while to be consistent with your mindfulness practice, because it's not as easy. It's like many people will say, I'm meditating right now in the moment. No, you're not. That's some BS, right? Yeah. But the thing, and that's just how it is in the beginning. And the reason why we're in the same group is because you take the practice seriously. And I see many people who take the practice seriously, but it's too authoritarian. It's not harmonious, which is many people who practice Zen. The philosophy takes over that they're not present. I had to it gets
you more in your head.
Yeah, and many people have gotten many people, they try to force Zen onto me before, because when you're a spiritual leader, you attract a lot of spiritual ego people sometimes. In the past, why? Because I was still not mature leader to deal with these mature spiritual egos, and knowing that they come from a broken place. And
but we were there at one point too.
Yeah.
So having compassion at the same time.
I agree with the I do. Today I did some Amazon deliveries, and and definitely right now it's easier to enjoy the outside.
Yeah, the weather's nice.
The
it's
clouds,
not too hot.
the clouds are majestic.
There's a breeze.
The birds are happy, and
The sun is out.
People are just like, are we really going back to work from all this Christmas and New Year celebration? And I just feel I feel humanity the way they live their life, it's like a routine. We have to go there. It's not fulfilling, and and everyone just kind of like going through the motions of another
I gotta do
Wednesday.
this. I
Gotta
have
go-
to go catch up from the holidays. I'm so far behind. All these people are emailing me. But I mean, I don't know. I've enjoyed going back to work personally.
And it's not like we have to enjoy everything, but we can definitely have the energy of appreciation step by step throughout
Yeah.
our day.
You don't want to be miserable wherever you go throughout the
Mm-hmm.
day. Like, you want to at least enjoy life.
What I've been noticing on the road is people have just been like driving really slow because it's almost like they're the yin energy from the cold air. When the weather's cold, people in Texas, they don't like the
Oh, we
cold.
don't like cold.
And so when they're
We
driving,
want to hibernate. You just want to stay at home and stay warm. Hibernation mode.
and I'm doing an Amazon delivery, I have to like dodge these people. I'm like, golly, because the energy of one of the from a practitioner's, manual that I read in Buddhism, one of the energy that limits you from awakening is called like sluggish and torpor. You're just like the energy of non-inspiration.
Just like going through the motions
Yeah, you're just
throughout
like,
the day.
I'm just do, and it's like, no, you gotta find a way to
Enjoy it.
Like, you have to find a way to have more yang energy. If you know you're sluggish, you better be drinking some coffee. You better start a push up, right? Start your engine up. Put on some Kanye, whatever you need to do.
Go for a run outside.
to
Get your
rise
energy going.
Exactly, but some people they just.
Yeah.
So that again, when I notice my energy lazy, I start focusing. Like, I start just being productive because I'm not gonna allow laziness to get the best of me.
Well, that's why we need to have goals too, because a lot of people like are just going through the motions, like you said. But what are you doing to find your passion? What are your goals? Like, what are you doing outside of your job or your family or whatever it is to build yourself, to help yourself grow? Because if you're just focusing on one thing, if you're just focusing on your job and making money and that's it, you're not going to be, I don't know, I feel like you're not going to have as much passion to your life.
I cannot even imagine a life that's like Groundhog Day.
I used to do it. That's why, like, that
Now.
I can't do it.
It because I was raised kind of like I was sheltered and spoiled child. Not as spoiled, but like I was the loving child, and my parents really like they just wanted me to be a good person because I was such an ADHD child. My mind was everywhere, and they just wanted to do their best to make sure I was grounded by spanking me for whatever reason, right? Yeah, just I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah. I mean, I was always focused as a kid. Well, not as a kid, but like in my teens, because I had to grow up really quickly. So I had to like start going to work and, like go on my schedule. And I wanted a cell phone. I wanted a car. I wanted gas for my car. So I was just very focused as a teenager. So for me, it was kind of opposite. I want to like kind of go with the flow a little bit more. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been focusing on. So I feel like balancing yourself, like if you're excelling in one thing, what do you lack? Like, what are you not good in? And then you need to put more focus into what you're not good in. And I feel like that'll make you be like a more balanced person later on in life.
Yes.
But that's why we need to have goals, because if we're not focusing on what our weaknesses are, we're just focusing on our strengths, then it's just like, I don't know, it's like Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
And it's not fulfilling. It's not fulfilling at all.
My father was always non-corporate person. We own a laundromat. We own a VHS
Yeah,
store.
we're entrepreneurs.
And so I was trying to force myself into what my parents wanted for me, but their role model is they were independent.
Yeah.
So it was clashing with like what had they have taught me. They wanted me to go to college, but they didn't go. Like
Yeah.
my dad went to study English, but in America, he said he could have been an engineer, but he didn't go to school for whatever, for financial reasons or whatever. And I grew up like my dad's a handyman. He could fix anything, right? And they wanted me to be a professional and go to college. My mother just wanted me to be rich. I just wanted to be more hands-on because I have a lot of energy and I need to use it. But because nothing that I did fulfilled her, like I tried to fulfill what she guided me, but it led me towards me wanting to be in the military, a chef,
Yeah.
photographer. Everything was more hands-on.
Right.
But what I'm doing today, I never thought I would like sound healing. It's like, oh, I tame that energy
Yeah.
and learn to be productive with it.
Yeah.
So I learned to tame the like ADHD.
Well,
that-
this helps you. I feel like
Absolutely.
it's helped me a
If
lot.
I don't do this, I would not believe that I could do much with my life.
Mm-hmm.
Meditation help us to harness the power that is possible
Within
and,
us.
and for us to learn to execute and use that
Mm-hmm.
energy. And that from like the master also inspires us a lot because he doesn't sleep very much, but he has a ton of energy. But you have to see how he's like created his system.
Yeah.
Right, he lives in a bubble where he served 24/7. Well, I mean 22/7, I guess. and so that's why we're streaming more, is because we're like, okay, this is in alignment with our purpose. We still have jobs.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking for how to increase my wealth, more money, but the spiritual part I need to tone it down because I have a lot of spiritual faith, leadership, but now everything's leading me towards money, because with that money we could help more people.
Yeah. We could do this more.
Well, actually, even without the money, we're still helping a ton of people right now,
Absolutely.
which
Absolutely.
is amazing, right? But with more money, we could invest in we could help get somebody a car.
Yeah.
We could bring Kata and her daughter to come over here for 2 weeks, for free.
Yeah.
Right, we could send them to we can send people to Disney World. The master's like, why don't you send people to Disney World like I'm doing? And I'm like, maybe I will, but it's not going to be possible if I don't have the cash flow.
Right.
I can't travel if I'm a broke mystic. Now, yes, there's monks who will just sit and wait for an alms bowl, but the modern version is a bodhisattva, which is, if you're an investor and you have money, guess what? You can reinvest in humanity and God.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. So, yeah. So we're gonna be going to a burn this year. We're gonna be going to We're gonna be doing an event in Houston, Texas, Unity, and then
4 of those.
yeah, 4 of those, and then we have the Cosmic Mass that January 20th. That I was just like, well, might as well just go bring a little something and be part of it if you can. If not, no problem. It's just the goal is find harmony. Like recently, I was gonna purchase a string instrument called a reverie harp, which is a harp that has the same notes on the side all the way to the center. So it creates it's like a kalimba with strings. And I realized, do I want another instrument or do I want more money?
Yeah.
And God's like, you have instrument,
Right.
go for money. And this is why I'm focusing on investing in another 3D printer and a program and learn how to develop flutes and move forward with that. Because right now, the sound healing thing is gonna grow more, and with more money we can even market what we do, so we can grow on TikTok. Any final words for our brothers and sisters? Thank you, everybody. Amanda, David, Kata, Dream Fairy, thank you for being here. Any final words on staying grounded at work? Oh, how about this? Since we've been noticing sluggish energy, what is your solution to being passionate? How do you find your passion, people? How do you find your inspiration? So tell the people how they can be more inspired to live their life.
If you don't know what your passion is, you have to get outside of your comfort zone and explore. Like, do things you never thought you would do. I never thought I would be playing singing bowls. I never thought I would be, a practitioner like I am.
Live streaming.
I never thought I would be live streaming. I never thought I'd be playing these at the park every
a
Sunday
full-on
for
Buddha's
a year.
altar.
Yeah, if you would have told me 5-10 years ago that I would be doing this, the girl that was on a lot of substances, party girl, going to raves, not me. But I feel like you get to a point in your life, you're like, okay, well, what am I doing with my life? And you get sluggish, you get Groundhog Day, doing the same thing all the time. Yeah, every day is the same day, same
Waffle
people,
House,
same conversations, just going through the motions each day. You have to just get your body in motion, I think. Like, get your body in motion, because if you're sluggish all the time, like, you have to wake up your body. You have to wake up the fire. And doing that physically, like running, lifting weights, not just yoga, like, I'm flowing, I'm in the flow of life, but actually like boxing or something, to get that fire moving, I feel is very important. But writing down what you want to do with your life, like getting those thoughts out on paper. And sometimes if you think you don't even have any thoughts, just start writing and stuff will start to come out eventually, But writing down your goals, journaling is super, super important to me.
I did a ton of that earlier on in my life, because it's so powerful, because you get to see
your
what's
thoughts
in your
on
mind.
paper. Yeah, you get to see it, and just writing down your goals and try it. Like, if you want to get out of your comfort zone, and if you want to like play singing bowls or go run, and you don't know if you're going to like it, just do it and see if you will. If you don't have the money for singing bowls, they're pretty affordable on Amazon. You can buy one single singing bowl like I did, and see if you like it. And then just continue exploring, not giving up. Not giving up. Just keep on exploring to see what you like, because if you don't get out of your comfort zone and explore, then you're just going to be stuck doing the same things all the time.
What really helped me find my passion, this is like one of the critical points of changing my life, is look at your life. Step back and just recognize, is your life fulfilled or not? When I looked at my life, I never take a look at my own life, because like, who does that? Like, when you step back and you look at how is my life going, and are you okay? Like, are you okay with where your life is right now?
And continuing to go.
Yeah,
in
and
that
so
direction.
I recognized that everything in my life that I was doing in the past at that time was mediocre. You are a mediocre person. Just hear that, I am mediocre. Are you okay with being a mediocre person? Just like a meh, like the gray area, you're just below average. I mean, you're just average, but really you're below average, right? Like, how you feel, like when you truly look at your life and you're not satisfied, it should bug you. If you're serious about, if you're depressed, and it doesn't bug you that you're not happy, you're not going to change, because you're just going to continue being depressed. If you are like unfulfilled and you're okay with it, you extend it. So that's why when I see people going the wrong way, they respect my opinion, because it bugs me more than them. When somebody's depressed and I'm more bugged that they're not happy, that's why the passion, it comes from realizing that they need to wake up that energy and be a little irritated, because you're not serious about life. Like I said, we're in the same group because we're serious about practicing. And I'm willing to teach you because you're serious. And many people ask, can you teach me sound bath and healing? And like, you don't even show up to the meditations. They just want to take it and run and make money, but they're not willing to be with God. So if you're serious about changing your life, be willing to look at where your life is. Are you happy with your money? Are you happy with your relationship? Right? Look at where you're weak and face it. Are you happy that you're single? Are you happy that your financial situation, can it be better? So just look at the thing you don't want to see. Get irritated, because that irritation is the fire energy that will help make a change. And that's why I've been throwing more fire, because I see a lot of people not doing the work. And if I just go, it's okay, you'll figure it out one day.
Yeah.
Love your damn self. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. Lisa says, I think if we look at the animals in nature, if for them food is equal to money for us, but for animals, they just keep going if they do not find it. Exactly. I mean, it means don't give up.
Don't give up.
Just
Keep
because,
going.
yeah, just because your life's not working out, it doesn't mean you're on the wrong path. You're just figuring it out. And it's about mentality. You can even either have a closed mind or open mind. And if you have a closed mind, you're just going to be angry all the time. But when you have an open mind, you're like, maybe it's here to teach me something. Maybe this dog just wants a walk because it wants us to get fresh air. Good day. Thank you, Rashnak, Sister Kata. Yeah. Who decides what life is?
You do.
For you.
You decide what life is for you.
Yes. And if you sometimes you disagree with us. Sometimes you don't. But guess what? You don't have to listen to everything.
Yeah.
Pick up what works and let go of what doesn't. And if you're going the wrong path, God will tell you with misery, with like misfortune, like that's the wrong path.
Yeah.
We collaborate with a group that's not meant for us. We got a hailstorm, we got a thunderstorm, we got rain. But when we go out, sunshine and birds singing and
Rainbows and butterflies.
donations and hugs, and we're giving out malas
And cards.
right? And so things are harmonious and everyone's happy. And if you're going the wrong way, you're gonna fall in the hole over and over, because God's telling you, the universe is trying to tell you, stop dating your ex over and over. Damn it, you know who you are. Okay, love your damn self. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Let's see here. Good night.